It starts as a whisper in the wind, a flicker of color barely noticeable among the dense greens of summer. Then, almost overnight, the transformation begins. Along winding country roads, city boulevards, mountain trails, and quiet suburban backyards, flames of crimson, orange, and gold ignite the treetops, and suddenly, everyone notices. The red maple, with its bold and brazen autumn wardrobe, makes its annual statement, a spectacle so breathtaking it feels orchestrated by nature itself to remind us that beauty doesn't ask for permission to be noticed. But the allure of the red maple goes far deeper than its seasonal fire. It is a tree of contradictions and quiet strengths, a humble yet dazzling icon of the American landscape. While other trees require specific soil, particular elevations, or controlled conditions to thrive, the red maple is an artist of adaptation. It grows in wet swamps and dry ridges, in acidic soils and clay, from the southern marshes of Florida to the snowy expanses of New England. Its versatility is almost poetic, like a storyteller that changes its tone with each audience, always fitting in, always flourishing. Its leaves, palmate and gently serrated, emerge green in spring, a fresh emblem of rebirth and hope. By summer, their shade offers refuge from the sun, cooling the air and casting playful shadows on the ground. Then autumn comes, and they turn into stained glass windows glowing in the afternoon light, each leaf a fiery signature of the season's arrival. And just when you think the red maple has exhausted its performance, winter strips it bare, revealing elegant branches that reach like sculptures into the sky, even then carrying grace in their silhouette. Yet, to call the red maple just a pretty face would be to ignore its powerful presence in nearly every aspect of the ecosystem it touches. Birds nest in its branches. Bees drink from its early spring blossoms. Deer nibble its shoots. Its fallen leaves nourish the soil, recycling life into the forest floor. It is not only part of the environment, it is an architect of it. Its roots, though shallow, hold the soil in place during floods, protecting watersheds and helping to reduce erosion. In cities, where nature is often forced to play a secondary role, the red maple rises as a green sentinel between concrete and steel. It tolerates pollution better than most, absorbing carbon, trapping dust, and cleaning the air with silent efficiency. Its rapid growth and symmetrical shape make it a favorite among urban planners and gardeners, who often prize trees that offer quick returns in shade and beauty. Yet this tree, for all its utility, asks for little in return, only space, and a place to root. Unlike many ornamental trees, it requires minimal maintenance and rewards even novice caretakers with vibrant displays and healthy canopies. And while its sap may not rival the sweetness of the famed sugar maple, it still carries within it the essence of the forest, a clear symbol of the red maple's understated gifts. There is something deeply American about the red maple. It's not confined to the elite corners of cultivated landscapes or pampered arboretums. It grows in ditches, in forests, beside ponds, in the yards of million-dollar homes and the lots of abandoned buildings. It is the people's tree, unpretentious, hardworking, and strikingly beautiful in its own right. Its widespread distribution isn't merely biological. It's almost symbolic of unity. Across regions and climates, across state lines and soil types, this tree finds a way to grow, just as America itself is a mosaic of varied conditions, histories, and cultures. Native American communities long recognized the tree's value, using its bark for medicine, its wood for tools, and its presence as a signal of seasonal shifts. Today, the red maple continues to carry its quiet legacy, whispering stories of old-growth forests and new beginnings alike. It doesn't shout for attention, but commands it anyway with its vibrant hues and dignified stature. Even in death, the red maple contributes. Its wood, pale and fine-grained, is used in furniture, flooring, and musical instruments. Though not as hard as other maples, it has its own charm, a smoothness and warmth that craftsmen appreciate. It's a tree that gives, even when felled, extending its presence beyond its years through the objects it becomes. And in life, it teaches us about transition. In spring, it blooms before most others, its flowers a subtle red blush signaling that winter's grip is loosening. In fall, it leads the parade of change, reminding us that letting go can be beautiful. No matter the season, the red maple seems to hold a lesson in its branches, as if every leaf is a page in nature's wisdom. There are those who debate what makes a tree perfect. Is it height, longevity, wood quality, aesthetic appeal, or environmental benefit? By any metric, the red maple is not the tallest, the oldest, the hardest, or the rarest. But what it lacks in extremes, it more than compensates for in balance. It is the well-rounded friend who is always there, the one who doesn't need to be the loudest in the room because their presence alone steadies the space. It is not a trophy tree, it is a legacy tree. The one children swing from, couples picnic under, and old men watch from their porches, marking the passing of the seasons by the color of its leaves. In its branches, generations have found inspiration, solace, joy, and a touch of awe. In some ways, the red maple is the embodiment of quiet perfection, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself, because its value is felt in lived experience. As climate conditions continue to evolve, the red maple may very well be one of the few species capable of adapting fast enough to endure. Its seeds travel far and root quickly. Its growth is vigorous and responsive. Where others may wither or falter, it bends and finds a way. It is, in a sense, future-proof, not invulnerable, but deeply resilient. And perhaps that's the most perfect thing about it. In a world of shifting climates, social upheaval, and growing uncertainty, the red maple reminds us that beauty and strength are not mutually exclusive, and that sometimes, the most ordinary seeming things hold the deepest truths. The next time you see one, perhaps you'll look at it differently, not just as a tree, but as a quiet sentinel of the American spirit. From its flame-colored leaves to its understated grace, the red maple doesn't merely exist in the landscape, it defines it. So, is the red maple America's most perfect tree? That depends on how you measure perfection. If you measure it in presence, resilience, color, adaptability, ecological contribution, cultural significance, and everyday beauty, then perhaps the answer is not only yes, but obviously, resoundingly, and confidently so.